Patrick, thank you so much for welcoming us in your Pictet office here. It's great to be with you finally.
Thank you very much for coming. It's my pleasure to be with you.
Let me start by asking you, do you have any role model, any source of inspiration in the world of economics or personal life?
Well, in my personal life, I think since I was a kid, I always liked Charlie Chaplin. He was so creative, was able to do everything, producer, director, actor, composer. And I would have loved to be like him, but
you missed him by a couple of years because he has some connection here to the Romandie.
Sure, I mean, I was living very close to him. I was always biking next to his house. So this is why, became fascinated by him and what he was doing.
Are you a big biker?
I used to be. I can't say that I'm still, but I used to be.
So let's talk about your favorite finance book. Do you still have time to read? And what would your favorite book be?
Well, I say two of them. One is a French novel that I just read by Pierre Lemaitre, whose name is, can't remember the name now, it's Couleur something. But it talks about a woman who is a bank heiress in the 30s and who just planned a revenge. And that's an excellent book. Talks about finance a bit. More in the finance world, I guess it's a classical one. Fooled by Randomness by Nassim Taleb. Really like that. You may not like his tone, often people criticize the tone that Taleb has in his book. But if you're in a good mood, like I was, I think it's very amusing.
So have we learned anything from the 2008 financial crisis, Patrick?
We've learned, I guess, we've learned a lot. I think two things. One good, one bad. The good one is central bankers like Charlie Chaplin can be very creative when needed, and that's good. The second is the bad one, is that it fueled, unfortunately, the rise of populism.
Do you think that we could see a similar cycle again? A similar financial crisis that we have kind of a déjà vu?
Very soon not, because to have such a crisis, you need to have a big imbalance in one economy or even in the world. So we're definitely not there yet. And what we've also learned from the financial crisis is that monetary policy is not good at both controlling prices and the finance cycle. So we've been more and more looking at tools such as macroprudential tools, which I hope will be able to prevent such an event to happen again.
That brings me to the question of, are you more of a Keynes or more of a Friedman, spending versus monetary fiscal discipline?
Right, big debate. I'm Swiss, so I tend to think that there are good things in every school of thought. And this is the case for probably both Keynes and Friedman. This is, I think, what I've learned over the years, that you can, depending on the shock you have, the good response can actually come from one given school of thought or the other.
One question, and you need to be very careful about the answer, is how do you consume news nowadays? Do you read the FT, Wall Street Journal, or watch CNNMoney Switzerland?
So I've just started to watch CNN Switzerland.
Thank you very much. I didn't pay you for that.
No, absolutely. Yeah, since you actually started, was it
January the 24th?
Yeah, during the
this year.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So I would be more like, FT every morning on the train, but it's now getting more and more in competition with social media as well.
Are you more of a cash or electronic person?
I still have cash, you saw it. But obviously only for small tickets. So otherwise, we obviously use a lot of electronic payments.
And have you bought any Bitcoin, invested in them or sold them, made a nice profit?
I would have loved to, but actually it's definitely not my nature. So I haven't bought any Bitcoin and have no regret. It's 90% annualized volatility in the price of the Bitcoin, so probably something that's not made for me. And I always tell my children that if I buy something, I need to be able to explain to them why I buy this thing. And apart from investor passion for Bitcoin, I didn't find any really good reasons to buy it.
Does it also mean that you're not that much of a risk taker, maybe more of a risk seller?
Being in that job, I think you're definitely a risk taker because everything is linked, or everything you earn is linked to how the markets are doing. So by working in finance, you must be a risk taker, I guess.
What does money mean to you?
Well, as an economist, I would tell you it's a mean of payment, unit of account store value. But my personal life, it's something I'm given to spend time away from my family, I guess. But, at the same time, we're very good at spending it when we're all together.
How do you like to spend your time with your family? Do you go travel or at home over a nice meal?
So we're lucky enough to have a place in the mountains. So we love hiking, we love skiing, we love the beach as well. We often go to Sardinia. So these are the places we like the most, I guess.
Thank you so much for your time, Patrick.
Thank you very much, Martina.
Pleasure meeting you face to face finally.
Pleasure meeting you as well.
Thank you very much.